Wrestling fans from around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Maurice.
And I'm Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
It took him a second.
Always does.
Before we get to this great full-length episode of Memories and Legends, check out some of our great friends you can help support the cause to keep more Memories and Legends coming your way.
Cheer! Why, hello! I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product. So support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
We're friends, Andre, please.
Maybe you'll believe this, Hogan.
You will never, ever see it again.
Austin face to face with McMahon.
Nobody tells Stone Cold Steve Austin what to do or when to do it.
And that's the bottom line.
Neither of these superstars is leaving this match without a few scars.
The story will end with me becoming the Universal Champion.
I don't think I've ever seen two more evenly matched competitors in my life.
WWE's Greatest Rivalries, available online or wherever books are sold.
Wrestling fans, check out the brand new lapel pin from our friends at Crimson Mask. Inspired by Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, it's Bang 316. Only $8 each or 2 for $12. If you think it makes a great holiday gift, give me a hell yeah. Get yours today at crimsonmask.bigcartel.com.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Maurice, joined by...
I'm David Carter.
Mr. Instagram himself.
That's
He's
right.
been putting a lot of content up over at Instagram.com.
No, Boston Wrestling.com. Search it, follow, like our stuff. It'll help us out a lot. We've been working hard on it. We just need some followers now. We never, ever talk about it, but it's good to talk about. Something that you can, just another social media access where you can get access to us, to our stuff, to see the videos. We went live today for a few minutes just to show the display, a little close-up. It'd be great to check it out for us. We really appreciate it if you would.
Well, I know the Tinder women are always anxious to check out
Absolutely,
your
they
stuff.
love me. Yes, they love me.
All right,
Come on,
all right.
come
the
on.
road to WrestleMania, we're almost there. We're ready to head 95 south to the Big Apple. We got WrestleCon Friday and Saturday.
Can't wait.
Tony Atlas and Zeb Coulter will be with us both days. WWE Hall of Famer Gerald Briscoe will be with us, thanks to our good friends at WWE, as well as his son, former TNA standout Wes Briscoe, on Saturday only. Then a few hours before WrestleMania, we'll be at Markout at the Meadowlands,
Absolutely,
Secaucus, New Jersey, just a few blocks from MetLife Stadium. Zeb Coulter will be with us again, as well as one of your favorite tag teams of the modern WWE times.
Absolutely, give me
Prime
some of that
time,
money,
baby.
money.
Have that money, yeah with you. Get autographs, pose photos. Crime Time has some great merchandise. They're going to be doing little video promos with the fans where they'll steal their wallets. So check out BostonWrestling.com for complete information. And, of course, we got eBay rocking. We got great merchandise, some things even from this set to help us keep the lights on.
How about this set, though?
Let's
talk. Look at this.
Job.
You did a great job.
Well, I did part of it.
You did a great job.
It was maybe my vision.
Yes.
But we have a lot of great help that makes this show come together.
Totally agree.
Without the person on the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak, we can't do it. Right. So we thank everyone that helps. We always make sure to give everyone credit at the end of the program. But a lot to talk about now as we have a monster week of tapings, a monster week of shows. We have the MWF Town Hall meeting this Sunday. We have not one but 2 episodes of Memories and Legends. Just it's a lot happening for us. But what's the scoops? What's the news?
The headlines.
Catch me up.
We got a lot of headlines today, but they'll go quick, but thank you. First is WWE's moving from Titan Towers. I thought that was pretty incredible just because as a kid growing up, that's what you've known them as. And I actually finally got to see what they were up close personal when they did Raw 25 in Brooklyn. I stopped off and actually seen it. They wouldn't let you go near it, that's for sure. I went across the street and literally about 20 feet from it, some security guy came out and I literally just started walking because I knew he was going to come talk to us and say, out of here, buddy. But, yeah, what do you call it?
And you were on a public sidewalk?
No, yeah, but I was right next to the building. Like I was like right there. Yeah, the guy came out and he goes like this, waves his finger, because I was trying to take a picture outside the.
Now, could you imagine if you wanted to do that per se at Fenway Park?
Right.
Having the
I know. I don't get it. I know. I don't get it.
Run you off, but it is what it is.
So I had to take the picture across the street. But yeah, it was kind of disappointing that, but it was cool to see it, and yeah, I was just. Can't believe they're moving.
It is an amazing building to actually be in.
Yeah, I can't. Wish I could.
The sights and the sounds that go on in that building, it is, to borrow the word you just used, cool. It was a cool experience to be in there. You want to talk about being run off by security guards. When I was there with Commissioner Von Johnson in 2001, technically we broke in and we had security guards running at us, but that's a story for the book. But it's just a. I guess you have to experience it to really find the words for it.
Hope
Maybe
I
you
will
get a
someday
chance to
before
go
it goes
in before
away.
they move. But it's almost like the closing of a famed sports stadium in some way.
That's why
WWE doesn't have a home stadium like a football or a baseball team. Titan Towers is their home, and it'll be kind of sad to see it go away. But I can't imagine what they have planned for the new one.
Right. It's got to be better. Next one was Sting wants to wrestle, but only if it's against Taker. He's going to come out of retirement and wrestle again.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll be seeing Sting wrestle.
Do you think they would ever do something like that?
I
just seen a recent picture of Undertaker. He lost 25 pounds. He's actually in really good shape. I don't know what Sting looks like. I haven't seen him, but yesterday Undertaker took to Instagram and posted a picture of himself. He's been on this diet, this real diet. He cut down. He's about 25 pounds less. He looks in great shape. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I read that highlight and I was like, oh, maybe he's getting ready for something.
10 years ago, maybe it would have been something to look forward to, but I don't know why either man would want to put themselves, other than the paycheck, why either man would want to put themselves in a position to look bad after that atrocity that they had in the main event at Crown Jewel with that tag team match. You know, I have all the respect in the world for Sting and even more respect for The Undertaker for a variety of reasons, but this just, the match itself wouldn't be good. Save it for the action figures.
The only thing that would be good is just the entrances. I think the entrances would be kick-ass, but other than that, yeah. I don't know how I would like to think it'd be good, but that's just me being, a fan right there. I know what you're saying. I can't disagree.
If I'd like to see Sting come back and maybe have a farewell match, but if you're going to do that, you put him in there with the younger guy that's going to be able to move and sell for him. Him and Undertaker in there together would just be a bad recipe in 2019. Yeah. It's unfortunate they were never able to do it, but, that ship sailed many, many years ago.
Right on. From there, Cody from AEW, Cody Rhodes, he filed for trademarks. I thought you might find this interesting. Battle Bowl, Buckhouse Stampede, and Bash at the Beach. They were trademarks that he filed for AEW. I wonder if that's because, did Dusty have anything to do with those ones? Did he create those shows or anything like that? I don't know. I'm obviously a lot,
I know he had his hand in the Great American Bashes, the Starcade types, those newer ones like Battle Bowl. I don't know if I'd want to take credit. Those events were terrible.
That's why I'm asking, yeah.
I don't know why WWE wouldn't.
Especially Bash at the Beach, just because that one was a big one that changed the business. I mean, with Hogan going,
However, whatever the reason WWE let it slip or wasn't interested, apparently is going to be Cody's game.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be interesting if AEW decided to present an event under that label where WWE has their own versions of it from WCW on the network?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't understand why WWE would let it slip.
I honestly was shocked. The other two, yeah, but the Bash at the Beach, definitely. I was just shocked that it wasn't already taken. From there, WWE dropped Mustafa Ali's name to just Ali now. It's no more Mustafa. Why do they do that, do you think? Why do they think, they come in like it was Elias Sampson and then it's just Elias? Why do you think they change the names? Do you have any idea?
Probably worried about the talent injuring themselves signing autographs with 2 names instead of 1. I have no idea
I didn't know if there was something like...
I don't like that.
Yeah. Because you know him as Mustafa Ali for the longest time, then all of a sudden he changes it.
Well, I just think they come across as more human if they have a first and a last name. I've never been a big fan of one-named characters.
Right. I get you.
Unless it's a, you know, an Undertaker or a Sting or something like that.
Right.
If they're presented as a human being, you know, they should generally have a first and a last name.
I totally agree. From there, Hart Foundation are going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I mean, that's going to be twice now for Bret the Hitman Hart. It's good to see Jim the Anvil. I don't know how you feel about the Hart Foundation. I'll let you go on this because I talked about Harlem Heat last week. You blew up on me, so I'm just going to let you go right with the Hart Foundation first.
They absolutely belong. Is Bret one of the few that you could look at as maybe a two-time Hall of Famer? Sure. Is now the time? No. The time was to do it last year when Jim Neidhart was alive, and Bret Hart made it pretty clear that if they were going to do it while Jim Neidhart was alive, it should have been last year. But that's about all I'll say on that because I have some strong opinions on that. But, you know, the Hart Foundation, certainly one of the great tag teams of the WWF boom era of the mid-'80s. I enjoyed them an awful lot when I was a kid. They were on the first live event I ever attended at the Boston Garden in August of 1986, a rare heel versus heel tag team match with Hart Foundation against Sheik and Volkov. But yeah, it's too bad Jim Neidhart won't be around to accept it. I'm not the world's biggest Jim Neidhart fan as a person, but to wrestling fans, he meant an awful lot to the company. Just too late, and I'm not a big fan of the two-time inductees.
Not at all, right?
Definitely not.
So not Shawn Michaels either with going in with DX, huh? You're not?
I mean, he's Shawn Michaels.
He's Mr. WrestleMania.
But so I mean, how many's Undertaker going to get?
Right,
One?
Exactly.
I mean,
is he going to get
how
for
many's
American
Ric Flair
Badass?
Going to get? Is
Well,
no,
I'm saying he's going to go in as American Badass, the Undertaker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm just saying,
not.
Right? Imagine they do something like that.
Yeah.
The next one I know you're probably the most sad about. Nikki Bella announced her retirement a week after Brie Bella.
You talk about something that should have ended about 10 years ago, right there.
Yes, I love it.
Awful. I mean, they contributed nothing. Their matches, I can't think of one good match either one of them ever had.
Right.
Their phony persona on that reality television show was such a turn-off. I can't think of any business they ever generated. I'll say this, they might be nice human beings. I'm sure they tried very hard when they went out there. They dated well. They married well. Their mother married well.
Right.
I mean, they should be very grateful to WWE for many of the opportunities that came their way, inside and out.
Okay.
But I don't think too many fans are going to be... I'm sure there's a small percentage of fans that enjoy the Bellas.
But guess what?
Most are not.
They did start a podcast. Are you going to listen to it?
Well, they talk about how they would enjoy urinating on certain WWE talents.
I don't know what the title, like the little.
Is
you
it
know
called urination?
No, it's called the Bellas. But what I was gonna say is, there's a little thing they're gonna go behind and tell them about their love life, some dirty secrets. Like these were things they were to, like when you read the description of the show, dirty secrets. So maybe that's a dirty secret they'll talk about.
Well, you know, do I really want to explore some of my thoughts
probably
on
not
this
here.
show?
No, probably not.
I'll think about it.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
sure
later
the
on.
Bellas will come up again with their dirty secrets.
Absolutely.
But they were known to enjoy the showers.
Were
we're not
they?
talking
See,
about
I don't know
the
nothing
shower
about
stalls,
it, so I'm
maybe
kind of enthralled about this story.
golden showers.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Okay. AEW won't run ever during WrestleMania weekend, Cody said in a recent interview, because that's WWE. It belongs to them. They draw the house. They draw the crowd. That they don't want to have take that away from them. They deserve to have their time in the sun, is exactly what he said about when he was asked if they would run during WrestleMania at any point. He said no. So
I can respect that.
I thought that was kind of cool by him.
We spoke a couple of episodes ago about it, and I said, geez, maybe next year, being 2020, would be one of the biggest weekends in wrestling history if AEW did something at some point that weekend. But, you know, WrestleMania weekend has become hoard out, to say the least, where everyone and their brother...
And I think that's pretty much how he was saying it without using that word. You know, I mean, that term.
Do you want to piggyback off of WWE if you're on the level that AEW wants to be? Probably not.
And that's how he worded. Yeah, he added that. He's like, the independent companies, I understand, you know, they're trying to get their guys. It's great to see independent wrestlers work and stuff. But as AEW, no, because they didn't draw the crowd. It's WWE's, you know, so
It's kind of weak for a Ring of Honor or a TNA to be doing it. I mean, granted, it's a weekend where they can make some big money.
Which they are going to have MSG,
but
yeah.
At the same time, they want to be nationally recognized companies. And, you know, wouldn't it be nice if they focused on building their own product and up enough to be able to do it on their own?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
my thought. All right, wrestling. Oh, wait a minute. I hear the music. Rorschach is playing it in the back right now, fans. Going to take a brief time out. Get ready for WrestleMania weekend. We're going to say hi to some of our friends. We'll be right back. Stand by.
See the moments
Generation X invades WCW.
you'll always remember. Like never before.
Occupy Raw has taken over.
With Raw, the first 25 years, packed with rare photos, profiles of your favorite superstars, and so much more. From the very first Raw to the 25th anniversary, it's the ultimate guide to WWE's flagship show. Raw, the first 25 years. Available now. They're ready. Ready to take their rightful place amongst the literary greats. Who, you ask?
The New Day!
That's who. It's the Book of Booty. Shake it, love it, never be it. It's the feel-good story of the rise of the New Day. Loaded with games, trivia, coloring pages, and so much more. The Book of Booty. Shake it, love it, never be it. Available now, online, or wherever books are sold.
Wrestling fans, the countdown to WrestleMania 35 is on. I'm Dan Marotti along with Dave Carter running down the headlines heading into the big event. What do we got now? I'm anxious.
Well, this one you might like. When we're sitting at WrestleMania, Joan Jett is going to perform Bad Reputation while Ronda comes out. I know you're a big Joan Jett fan. How do you feel about that?
It's not a bad song.
No. But, I mean, do you like Joan Jett? I mean, she's around your time.
I never heard of Joan Jett.
What?
No. And I think it's an 80s
I think she sings that song, I Love Rock and Roll.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
I know
think
the
so.
song. I'll tell you this, when it comes to music, I'm familiar with songs, I'm familiar with musicians, but I'm not good at all in combining what singer sings what song. I saw a commercial the other night, I think is it The Who that's coming to Fenway Park? And they were singing some songs on there I had no idea The Who sang. No, not Who, The Who.
Who?
Well, he's not here right now. And hopefully it'll stay that way.
All right. Yeah, we're not going to see Pitbull, though. No Flow Rider. Man, I love seeing them perform.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year in Florida, right?
They
Big
like
Tampa.
to include the Flow Rider songs.
Always in none of them. It's this guy, Chris Classic, this year. I was like, what's going on? I don't, you know what? I'm just surprised.
I don't know if it'll be remembered as a classic, but they're trying.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Moving on. Vince sold $270 million worth of stock to fund the XFL. Crazy amount of money he's putting into this. This is a serious thing. This is way more serious than it was the first time. And he was sure when he said that this is a totally different thing when he was interviewed and everything about it. I just thought $270 million.
I wonder if he's worried where the other startup league that began this year by Charlie Ebersol's son.
No, it's I was reading.
It's officially going to fold.
Yeah, the majority owner of it said that
stick a fork in them.
Yeah, pretty much. They said AEW is going to pretty much be done because it's just they're not making no money, and the NFL won't let them use any of the young players at all.
Well, if I'm the NFL, would I want to expose my talent to an independent league, so to speak?
Yep, I totally agree.
Vince McMahon, I should say, not WWE, is investing a lot of money in that, and hopefully it'll turn out better than the first one.
I hope so.
At least they have a name that people are somewhat familiar with.
Right, exactly.
And a cooler name than AA. What's the other one called? AAF. Yeah, I like XFL better.
Alliance American Football. Yeah. Something silly. Goldust's contract is expiring, and there's different reports saying he's already done, and he's probably headed to AEW to have that match because Cody doesn't have a match yet. It's going to be Cody versus Goldust at
Well, he exploded on social media and said that's
what
true.
I'm saying, but that's the thing that's why it says mixed reports. You have your buddy Dave Meltzer reporting that that's true, that he is all done with WWE, and then you have Goldust himself saying it isn't. So
it could be a situation where it hasn't expired yet, and he doesn't want to put it out there. If
yeah.
I was Goldust, that's a tough situation to be in. Obviously, he knows he's going to get that guaranteed money from WWE, and that the money is going to be there. He doesn't know how successful AEW is going to be it, but it is his brother. Goldust has had many lumps in life and probably could use as many financial resources as possible to save for the second half of his life. I just hope he does well. He has a lot to contribute, maybe not in the ring as much as behind the scenes now. I think he'd be a very valuable asset to WWE, AEW, or any company behind the scenes. He's a very intelligent guy. I enjoyed the first few times we had him here in the MWF. The last time we had him was during his Demons personal demons phase.
You told me about this story.
That's another one for the book.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. You familiar with Cain Velasquez?
I know. Yeah, from UFC.
He's making his in-ring debut in a professional wrestling at Triple Mania on August 3rd.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's something that he always wanted to do is professional wrestling. I was just, my main thing with that headline was, you think WWE would ever take a look like if Brock, you know, go down that route?
I'm surprised the UFC would let him do it.
I don't know. There was nothing else about that other than that he's going to be part of Triple Mania.
It's going to be an actual match?
Yeah, with Phoenix, Pentagon, and one other the other guys. Yeah, I was reading about it. It's a four-way.
No, it's a coup.
Yeah, but I was just, you think WWE right there, you got your new Brock Lesnar, have him come in if Brock, you know, decides not to come back to WWE or whatever he's going to do. I think, you know, because even for you to know, when you're not a big UFC fan, that's, you know,
very
says something.
Moderate. Yep.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing was we had some news. Rob Gronkowski retired finally, and they interviewed Steph McMahon and asked about it, and she said the door's wide open for him to come in. So
we'll be hearing about that as often as we heard about
Goldberg.
He
did actually, this past week, was in one of those Air Force things or pictures with a bunch of the WWE guys because he was there as well. So I wonder if, you know, see what happens.
I think there would be tremendous interest in him to do a short-term angle in one match as opposed to having him as a regular character.
Yeah, I just don't know what they would do. Yeah. I don't know what they would do with him. Maybe he'd be, you know, great. I don't know.
Maybe a tag match.
Yeah, exactly.
Him
with
and a
his buddy Mojo.
Face against two. No, not Mojo.
Come on, that's your buddy.
Please.
You were excited to see him.
No, I was not excited to see
Mojo. From there, this is a pretty cool one. Jay Lethal is going to be the first non-WWE wrestler to headline MSG in over 60 years.
What about Matt Taven and the English guy?
What?
Well, they were in the main event, too.
At MSG.
Right.
Right, but Jay Lethal's the champion. It's going to be, Jay Lethal's going to be.
Oh, so he's the first non-WWE champion.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, good for Jay.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I think it's going to be disappointing, the response that show is getting right now.
Because
they don't have the Bullet Club guys anymore. The Bullet Club guys were the ones, for better or worse, that really drew a good chunk of that crowd. I'm sure the Ring of Honor talent's ready to step it up and deliver a heck of a show. I just hope the fans aren't too disappointed that they turn on it.
I think it's going to be better than expected, though. So I still think it's going to be really good because they put on a good show every time they're out there.
You'll have to fill me in on what happens.
Well, I'll be with you, so if I don't know, I'm
You'll
not going to go
watch it
into
after the fact.
Right. From there, the last one we have is WWE is going to return to MSG for Raw and SmackDown September 9th and 10th. It's the first time they're back for a Raw or a SmackDown since November of 2009. Well, and I thought this was very interesting because we're always saying, when are they going to return for a Raw or SmackDown? Finally, it's announced. I think
I played a part in that last MSG event.
Well, look at this.
Last minute, John Laurinaitis needed help getting the Sheik to MSG I think they opened the show with a skit with Roddy Piper, a guy from Saturday Night Live, and the Sheik. Okay. And the Sheik was with us all weekend. It was Terry Reynolds' weekend, as a matter of fact. But anyway, so it was Howard Finkel. I'm sorry. John Laurinaitis needed him another time. So I worked with the Fink to get the Sheik to MSG for that last show. I mean, WWE was upset about Ring of Honor and New Japan running their WrestleMania weekend. Well, you know what? Madison Square Garden's a business that wants to rent out the facility to make money.
Right.
If WWE, they used to have some kind of a clause, I believe it was every 90 days before or after another wrestling company couldn't run it. They haven't been doing it every 90 days, so Ring of Honor went in for the kill. I'm glad to see WWE is going to be on their home turf, though.
That's awesome. I was very excited about it, too. I think it's going to be a great show. That'll sell out quick, too.
Absolutely. Well, at least the Raw.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see how SmackDown's doing then. But yeah, that's it for the headlines for this week.
All right, wrestling fans, I'm hearing the music in the background. We'll be right back to wrap up the show. Keep rolling, Rorschach. All right, wrestling fans, the road to WrestleMania has been an interesting ride. We're almost there, just days away now. We went over the headlines, folks. We hope you're going to join us at WrestleCon this Friday and Saturday. We're going to have Tony Atlas and Zeb Coulter with us both days. Jerry Briscoe and his son Wes Briscoe Saturday only. Then the following day, we're going to be at Mockout at the Meadowlands. Zeb Coulter, Crime Time, a host of others, and you never know what surprises may pop in. Believe me, my phone has been ringing off the hook to the point I want to take it and smash it off the ground. We'll have not one, but 2 episodes of Memories and Legends for WrestleMania weekend. The Hall of Famer, Mr. USA Tony Atlas, will be with me, of course, and we're going to have a bonus episode where Oscar from Men on a Mission and I break down the year of WWF from 1994, 25 years ago, the year that ushered in the new generation of WWF, so to speak. 2 Undertakers, the Hart Family feud, WrestleMania 10, the infamous ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon, The Click was gaining steam backstage. It's a very interesting episode from Oscar's Studio Shoot Interview DVD. Of course, again, we're going to remind you, check out the Patreon, check out the eBay. We need as many of those dollars pumping in as possible to keep the lights on in this great, great studio. But to me, more than anything, WrestleMania Sunday afternoon, it's that MWF 2.0 Town Hall meeting. Myself, Tony Atlas, and MWF President Dr. David Reese. We're going to have a very interesting announcement. We hope you'll join us. For Dave Carter, I'm Dan Marotti. Until we speak again on the other side of WrestleMania, you and yours be well.